Mandarin duck looks unreal at first, but this small forest duck is real, and the male stands out with orange sail feathers, a white crescent above the eye, a red bill, and a pattern that seems almost too exact for nature. None of those markings are random, because every patch sits on a compact body built for quick movement, strong swimming, balance, and sudden flight through wooded wetlands. Mandarin ducks spend a lot of time around trees, using wooded ponds and rivers and often choosing nest sites high off the ground. The female is much less colorful, but her gray-brown body and pale eye ring give her the cover she needs near a nest or shaded water. That difference between male and female is a clear example of beauty serving one job and camouflage serving another, with the male built to stand out during courtship and the female built to disappear. During the breeding season, the male's colors are at their strongest, with chestnut, orange, cream, black, blue, and white packed into one small bird. Even then, the bird is not bright in a messy way because the markings stay clean and controlled, giving the duck a sharp look instead of a random burst of color. Mandarin ducks feed on seeds, plant material, insects, and small aquatic animals, and that flexibility helps them use ponds, marsh edges, rivers, and flooded woodland. They often forage by dabbling in shallow water, but they also feed on land, and in autumn they are known for eating acorns, which makes wooded habitat even more important. A duck that can use water, shore, and nearby trees has more options than one tied to open marsh alone, and that wider use of space is a big part of why this species feels so different. Flight is another reason, because Mandarin ducks can launch quickly and move with real speed through tight places, and that matters when a bird lives around branches, trunks, narrow channels, and predators. They do not need a long runway the way some heavier water birds seem to, and when they rise, the body looks compact, direct, and controlled. Courtship is where the male's appearance pays off most clearly, because display is not just about color but posture, timing, and staying close enough to be noticed without wasting motion. A male will raise and angle his feathers, hold himself differently on the water, and keep showing that side profile that puts the orange sails and face pattern on full display. If a pair forms, the focus shifts fast from showing off to nesting, and this is where Mandarin ducks become even more unusual, because the female often chooses a tree cavity near water. That means the nest is protected from some threats below. But it creates a hard first test for the ducklings, because once they hatch, they cannot stay in the cavity and wait. Instead, they leave quickly, and the young jump from the nest entrance to the ground below, bouncing far better than their size suggests, because they are extremely light and covered in soft down. It looks risky, and it is, but it is one of the most memorable parts of the Mandarin duck's life cycle, and it shows how a species can solve one problem by accepting another. Once the ducklings are down, the female leads them toward water and food, and from that point on, their growth depends on speed, awareness, and staying together long enough to avoid predators. Young birds have to learn where to feed, when to freeze, when to follow, and how to handle water that can help them one moment and expose them the next. For adults, the year does not stay visually dramatic, because after breeding, the male molts into a duller eclipse plumage that drops much of the bold look people know. That temporary shift is practical, because a bird does not need to advertise all year, and brighter feathers are not worth much when breeding is over and protection matters more. The species is native to East Asia, especially parts of China, Russia, Korea, and Japan, though ornamental populations and escapees have also established themselves outside that original range. Wherever they live, the basic needs stay similar: calm or slow-moving water, nearby cover, trees for resting and nesting, and enough seasonal food to support both adults and growing young. That combination gives the bird an elegant setting, but the life inside it is not decorative because every part of the Mandarin duck's design is tied to timing, movement, and habitat use. Seen at a distance, the male can look like a floating piece of painted wood, but up close the real impression is control, with every feather helping shape the body's outline. The female leaves a different impression, quieter but just as effective, because she looks like what a nesting bird should look like in broken forest light, visible when moving, almost gone when still. That balance is part of why Mandarin ducks hold attention so easily, since they combine beauty with practical structure. And once you watch how they feed, fly, nest, and raise young, the bird stops looking ornamental. It is not just a pretty duck, and it is not famous by accident, because nearly every feature people notice first connects back to survival in wooded water, from branch-friendly habits to fast flight. Mandarin duck proves that a bird can look extravagant without being wasteful, and the more closely you study it, the clearer it becomes that behind all that color is a compact, efficient wild animal.